A mother in Tennessee recently gave birth to a girl who is almost as old as she is. The baby developed from an embryo that was frozen 24 years ago. More than 2 decades later, along came Tina Gibson, who was struggling with infertility. She adopted the embryo, had it implanted, and gave birth last month to a healthy girl. Gibson and her husband named her Emma. It is believed to be the longest gap between conception and birth since in vitro fertility treatments began.
At the time, I was only 25, and I was like, I'm 25 years old. I was like, if this embryo would have been born when it was supposed to have been, we could have been best friends. It's just a miracle. We're just so excited. She's such a gift from God, and man, we're just so blessed to have her.
Remarkable. We are joined now by CBS News medical contributor Dr. Narula. Tara, what struck you about this case?
Well, it is a miracle, and it's really a validation of the science of IVF. The fact that we were able to take an embryo that was frozen 24 years ago and implant it now successfully. So what is the difference between an embryo, though, that may have been made 20 years ago and now? The science has evolved. So before, we used to slowly freeze the embryo. We used to freeze them at earlier stages in development. Now we flash freeze them. We freeze them at a little bit older stages. And we also use better protectants. So this means that the chances of the embryo surviving when we thaw it are improved. So 20 years ago, the successful implantation or thawing of that embryo may have been 80%. Now we can successfully thaw and implant about 99% of these embryos. So really amazing where the technology is gone. But the other issue is really, what about these hundreds of thousands of embryos that are unused by couples who undergo IVF? And it really can be an agonizing decision for many families when the doctor says to them, what do you want to do? Do you want to thaw them and discard them, donate them to science, donate them to another family, or keep them frozen indefinitely? And these snow babies, or babies in suspended animation, can end up being a win-win for some families who've really been struggling with infertility.
Dr. Narula, thanks very much.